Hi, my name is Shuja, and I really wanted to thank you for joining us for the Veeam session today. In about 15 minutes, I just wanted to take you through the role of cloud data management in digital transformation and how Veeam is helping our customers to really realize their vision of digital transformation. And needless to say, the pandemic has forced us to think in very different ways, and organizations are evaluating their options again and really trying to figure out where should they be spending their dollars so that they get the best return from their investments. And that also throws a lot of opportunity for us as technology providers and you as businesses which are delivering services to your customers to see how you can really reinvent the customer experience and take it to the new heights. So resource management is under pressure, and evaluating those choices has come to the fore, and as those discussions have made it to senior management and CXOs, where they're evaluating where to really invest and how to leverage their existing assets. So while these resource management decisions are being taken, it is also very important for organizations to ensure security and governance for their digital assets. And with the security threats looming large and an ever increasing trend in cyber attacks like ransomware, data privacy threats, etc., it's very important that while we take our services to our customers, we need to provide that confidence to our customers and partners that whosoever they're doing business with, they're very secure enterprises and have the ability to really deliver those services very securely without breaching any law of the land or even data privacy breach. Now, where does digital transformation figure in all this? Again, when there is pressure on organizations, digital transformation has certainly shown the way. It is not an event which just happens one day or you go and implement the system. It is a journey. And while we are charting out this journey or we are building this initiative, it is very important that we take the initial steps right, or we build the foundation in a very rock solid way. And that's where protecting data assets or information assets serves as a very good first step, or the first block of that foundation, wherein we have absolute control over whatever we have as far as information is concerned or our digital assets are concerned. And then the ability to really have our arms around it by managing them more effectively, irrespective of whichever platforms the organizations have chosen. So today, with advent of cloud, organizations are seeing cloud adoption as a very viable way of becoming more nimble, becoming more or getting more close to their customers by delivering services local to their customer base, or just improving availability of services by running them in cloud infrastructure. And thereby it is very and therefore it is very important that we have our arms around that. We have the ability to manage them very effectively and know where our workloads running, how well they are running, and the ability to then really predictably deliver services out of those platforms. And then finally, when we have protected them, we have the confidence of really of being the keeper of our digital assets. We could unleash the potential within our data and information repositories and then use it for better customer experience, for example, or unleash the power of that information or those data environments to really speed up development of services, for example. And this is very common, where we just keep creating copies of data and we start losing control over those copies, both in terms of usage and also security. If you are better managing those assets, you have the ability of securing them in a much better way, and also leveraging those copies of data to deliver better customer experience, or to have a better time to market for your new services, and then excel in the areas you operate. So digital transformation certainly has allowed organizations to be more sharper in their in a way where they deliver these services, and all of that is somehow connected to how fast you can consume these IT services as organizations, rather than really building them up. And that's where the role of cloud comes in. And we've seen this trend. You could see it. We start with consolidation, virtualization, private clouds came into being, and now the new normal, although the word is more used in wake of the pandemic, but I think the new normal today when it comes to platforms is the hybrid cloud. I hardly meet any customers or organizations out there who are not using private and public cloud environments alike. And depending on where a particular service can deliver better returns, how well managed it is, or what sort of availability you're looking at, a hybrid cloud provides that beautiful option of placing the service in the right place for the best return on your investment. Veeam's vision in this scenario is to be able to become the most trusted provider of cloud data management services. While you're choosing platforms as organizations to deliver the best customer experience, the best service, the best product development, and then taking that product to the market, we're just supporting the whole initiative by saying, irrespective of whatever modern workloads, modern platforms, modern databases you choose to use for your business, we would have the ability of managing them better. We would have the ability of really ensuring that you are back in business in case anything goes wrong. If you're hit by a ransomware attack, if there is an outage, there is a disruption, if there is change in which your workforce is working today, for example, and a lot of it is being talked about where people have moved away from offices and data centers, and yet they have to operate at 100% efficiency. And that's where Veeam really comes into play and provides that confidence, that flexibility, that ease of deployment and ease of consuming these cloud data management services from our platform. Cloud data management is the ability to really have data protection, the ability to ensure that you have your digital assets secured, as well as managed across multiple environments, private clouds or public clouds, running whatever workloads you feel are necessary to support your business. And then it has multiple services coming out of the same platform, which means, as we discussed, the first step in digital transformation is the ability to really protect our digital assets, and that's where backup and replication comes into being, wherein you have the ability of really creating a copy for a quick recovery, for quick with an objective of quick recovery, whether it is on site or it is off site for disaster recovery purposes. And then the ability to really achieve cloud mobility. Cloud mobility is very, very important these days, because as we saw the trend pointing towards hybrid cloud, we don't get too much time today in terms of deciding and planning when do we move our services into a public cloud environment, or when we change our on-prem applications into a SaaS-based application. And that requires our data needs to move into these environments very, very quickly. And that's where Veeam really helps by ensuring or by delivering absolute cloud portability, not only between on-prem environments and public cloud, but also between cloud environments, and then continue to protect them and provide high availability of your digital assets in the cloud itself. Coming to monitoring and analytics, unless we know how well they are running, it'll be very, very tough for us to really draw a line or really set a target for service level agreements, or draw a line for availability of those services or those workloads. So real-time monitoring and analytics, built-in AI engines into the Veeam platform, allows us to see how well we are doing running our workloads, and also in case there's something which is about to go wrong, we have the ability of really rectifying this absolutely in an automated way, or by just a one button or a one button authorization for taking corrective actions, based on management discretion. Orchestration and automation, the ability to really fail over environments from production to DR sites, the ability to really do automated backups and have these backup copies distributed and repurposed in a way where your software development teams can leverage them, where your application development teams can leverage them. And come to think of it, backup becomes the biggest aggregator of your digital assets. We're protecting information across the environment. We're creating these repositories of data, which can be turned back into valid data repositories, which can be used for multiple other purposes like reporting, analytics, software development. And all of this is almost zero footprint, without leading organizations to buy more hardware to run these initiatives. And of course, nothing is complete without governance and compliance. Law of the land, the compliance rules for an industry, for example, these things are driving how businesses are perceived by stockholders, by their customers, and therefore it's very important that we provide that confidence through governance, compliance, solutions from the same platform. So overall, it's a complete bouquet of services which for any modern enterprise or enterprises which are modernizing their workloads, cloud data management is an absolute must. And Veeam has been delivering services in cloud data management for over a decade. With that experience and about 375,000 customers worldwide. Three things to remember when it comes to delivering services. Backup modernization, I think I touched upon that briefly. Please choose whatever works for your business. The ability to really go after, set your target on how your organization wants to operate in the market, and we would support you in those initiatives by supporting the platforms you choose, the databases, the cloud environments, the applications, and you would find Veeam protecting that environment, that modern environment. Hybrid cloud acceleration, as I said, the ability to move between clouds, on-prem and cloud, and also between cloud. Veeam does that beautifully. Once we protect the information, we have the copy, the latest copy. It's very easy for us to send that copy into a cloud environment, recover that copy in the cloud environment, and then continue to protect it as we move those workloads into better platforms. Cloud happens to be the better platform today, and variants of cloud and a mix of private and public happens to be a better choice today, and we would support that. And data security and compliance, very, very important. If there is a security breach these days, you don't find it in some IT section of a newspaper or a publication. You find it on the front page. We've had instances where large ITs companies, Indian large ITs companies, have made it to the front page for all the bad reasons, because not enough precaution was taken. This was not addressed proactively, and they were hit by these cyber attacks, and there was data loss and data breach, and those things have to be mitigated by the right design and the right technology, like the Veeam platform. You could really avoid such scenarios. Backup modernization, it's about really aligning backups with the journey of your organization. So if you're going after the newer markets, if you are trying to meet the demands of the newer customers, the younger generation, the younger customers who are consuming everything through digital technologies, it really needs a new digital platform. And while you adopt those platforms, you would find Veeam supporting it. Latest announcement from us is that the containers, for example, as an environment for running application microservices from that platform. Veeam used to partner with Kasten, and now the partnership and the amalgamation is even more solid with our ability to really go out there, protecting your physical workloads, your virtual workloads, your cloud workloads, your container workloads, whether they're running on-prem or running in a cloud environment. Hybrid cloud acceleration, I talked about it, the ability to really move data and continue to. What is important is that while we move this securely and with a lot of confidence, ensuring absolute data consistency and application consistency, we continue to protect that workload in the cloud as well. And then if you wish to move between cloud environments, feel free to do that as well. And through a single console, you would be able to run all these operations and then save time for your more able IT staff. With that, I just want to finish this off and give you a glimpse of Veeam and a tremendous year we had in 2019. We're running a net promoter score of plus 75. So with net promoter score, it moves from minus 100 to plus 100, and 3 times higher than our nearest or closest competitor. With operations about 180 countries, sales, pre-sales, support staff supporting our customers 24/7. It provides a lot of confidence for our partners and customers to really work with a pure play software company which has the ability of protecting the most modern workloads, has the ability of delivering on our promises, and hence the net promoter score of plus 75. Very, very simple, easy to deploy, very flexible. Leverage your existing resources on-prem or any existing environments you have in the cloud. We're not asking for more investment. Very reliably, ensuring that you could recover your workloads. And when it comes to simplicity, I think it's one of the most underrated evaluation parameters. But don't you think it is important that when there is an outage, corruption, disruption, you really want very simple tools which can work for you when you really need them, and that's where Veeam really comes into play. With that, I just want to thank you for spending time with us and joining us for this session.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.